Hi everyone, Gert Louw from a very cold Cape Town. We're in the middle of winter here. That's why I'm staying in Africa, because I just can't handle this cold. But I know a lot of you guys are struggling in Europe right now, so I'll keep quiet about the cold. So what I'm going to discuss in this video is going to be about how the bodybuilder or muscle guy can have a long-lasting, happy marriage, which is not that easy in today's world. Now, does the bodybuilder or a muscle guy actually have it more difficult to keep a long-lasting relationship or marriage? Quite possibly. Remember, for us bodybuilders, it's all about the body beautiful, shaping it, curving it, and making the good, well, look even better. Now, this naturally means we are between a lot of people who take care of their bodies. And usually, such people look sexier and better than the average person out there. And our interaction with these people doesn't stop just at the gym. It extends to, well, our social environment, because we like to mingle with like-minded people. The bottom line is our temptations, sexual temptations, are a bit higher than that of the average guy out there. Thus, guys, if we want to have a long-lasting, happy relationship with our life partner, we need a few rules that we must follow to protect that which we care most about and to keep us out of trouble. Now, for me, it's just 5 rules. Just 5 to keep you out of trouble, guys. Nothing can make you so unhappy than a broken relationship, especially if you really care about that other person, but you just couldn't keep your gym shorts on. Right, so what are those 5 life-saving rules for a long and happy marriage? The first one is going to be very specific to bodybuilding: steroids. Now, you need to keep the woman in your life happy. That means especially in the bed. Now, this is where the waters becomes a bit murky for us bodybuilders. Now, everybody knows most bodybuilders eventually venture the route of steroids. Well, because they want bigger muscles. Now, what most of these guys doesn't know, and they won't hear it in the locker room because men are too scared to talk about this, there is just about nothing that messes up the performance of Mr. Pecker like steroids. Initially, for a month or 2 after you start steroid cycle, you would feel like Mr. Gigolo himself, but then it starts to fade and you do not know why. And then before long, well, you simply can't get it up anymore. You're not even in the mood. You don't think about sex and you don't want anything to do with sex. Not even the blue pill will be strong enough to save you from this. And then eventually, when you decided to stop with steroids, it actually even gets worse. In fact, it can take you months to years to get over this problem that you've created for yourself. And guys, I can tell you, I am coaching quite a few guys specifically on this, how to get over this problem that steroids have created for them in their marriage. They simply can't perform, and eventually it starts to becoming a psychological problem because they've got such a lot of performance anxiety that it becomes even more difficult to get them out of this problem. And this spells disaster for any happy relationship, because your wife is not going to be happy when for years you cannot perform in bed. This is the quickest way to get your woman unhappy. You might not have a wandering eye, but if you continually leave your woman unsatisfied, something eventually is going to give. That muscle body of yours is going to mean squat eventually. So the bottom line is, if you want a happy and long relationship and marriage, steer clear from steroids, guys. The most you can do in this regard is TRT, and only at the maximum of, let's say, 100 milligrams per week. That'll be good for Mr. Pecker, but more than that, and you're gonna encounter problems. Right, point number 2, socializing with the bros only. I know I'm probably sounding sexist here, and it probably is, but believe me, this is a crucial rule. If you chat at gym regularly, with these sexy, voluptuous, beautiful girls, even just platonically, there's going to come a time where you had a huge fight with wife, you two guys are so mad at each other, and on top of that, you haven't had sex for quite a while with your wife, you are horny, and now this beautiful woman is standing in front of you, and you and her is starting to make eye contact. That is a big problem. Trouble, dude. Trouble. Yeah, I don't care what you say. This is a life-saving rule for your marriage. Gamble with this and I guarantee you, you're going to have trouble in the future. Our guys simply cannot control our impulses when it reaches a certain point. The rule is that you must keep socializing with girls in and outside of the gym to the absolute limit. Only when your wife is standing next to you are you basically allowed to casually socialize with girls, because that is a safe environment. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to laugh at this point point, but don't ever say I didn't warn you. Right, rule number 3. Words that are not allowed in your dictionary when you are married. Now, I mentioned in the previous point, you know, that it's inevitable that you and wife somewhere down the road is going to have some massive fights. Unfortunately, it happens, and I don't actually even want to say unfortunately, because it's a critical part of a maturing relationship. You need to go through some fights to get to the point where you are mature enough in your relationship. You need to grow, and you don't grow if you're never going to fight. Now, there's a lot of rules on how one should fight, you know, and disagree with each other in a relationship, but I don't want to go into that here. We can leave that for another video in the future. Rather, in this video, I want to focus on this fast food McDonald's-like concept where whenever we're unhappy in our relationship, we just go to a fast food divorce. The word divorce and the concept of divorce should not even exist in your vocabulary and dictionary. It shouldn't exist as an option. You have been married for life. One can only truly marry once in life and give yourself once in life to a partner. I don't want to hear how you guys now suddenly hate each other or don't love each other anymore. In the past, you could not be without this woman at your side. You could not breathe without her. You could not wait to see her. You were completely in love with this person. Every fiber of you. Nothing has changed. It's still exactly the same two people, you and her. And you know what? It's nearly always a matter of selfishness or having a wandering eye that only sees the bad in your life partner and sees only the good in other people. I'm sorry to say it, but the problem lies with you. You need to start treating your life partner again as a princess. Give her love, give her attention, give her flowers, give her kisses. Do things with her, spend time with her. You loved her once to death. Nothing has changed. Throwing her away at this point will start a cycle, and you will eventually do it repeatedly. There is not something like a perfect relationship. It takes hard work and asks for maturity. You're just going to create a lot of pain and heartache for yourself. So divorce, guys, is never ever an option on the table. Right, rule number 4. Your life partner must be your best friend. Well, thinking that sexy body, lust and great sex is all that matters and is going to last forever. Dude, wake up and smell the roses. That's chemicals in your brain. It's going to fade. It cannot stay at the same levels. It's not physically possible. We're not designed that way as humans. And when this is disappearing, most guys or couples usually drive to the fast food divorce restaurant and call it game quits. You need to do things together. Have adventures together. Your partner must be your confidant, your soulmate, your life companion, your best friend, and the one that you can lean on when you're sad or when the world gets a bit too much. Just do things together and enjoy each other. Don't just go and hang out the whole time with your friends and your buddies. She must be your best buddy. Right, the last point, guys. Rule number 5. Stop following the world and get a moral center. Now, I know many guys are going to lift the eyebrow, yeah? But I'm sorry. If there's one piece of wisdom that I have to give you from my life, this will be it. Me and wife is going for 34 years of marriage right now. Happy marriage, and I don't want it to ever end. You cannot expect, guys, to follow the world in all its moods and trends and then expect to have a long and happy marriage. The world is sick to its core. My wife and I decided to build our moral center on the rock of faith. Jesus Christ is our moral center. Now you can laugh all the way you want. I'm sorry, this is the most crucial rule for me in any relationship. If you follow the world, you're not going to last because the world is a sick environment. You need to have a focused moral center that calls you to action. So whenever we face turmoil in our relationship, me and wife, that is where we go to find our answers and guidance. We do not go to the world without a strong moral center to which both you and wife adheres to. It becomes inevitable to start making the wrong choices, to be selfish, to sleep around, and to destroy your relationship, because that's what the world tells you. the moral center of the world, aspires to selfishness, sexual freedom, and doing just what you like and what you want. Okay guys, now that was a bit of a heavy piece, but anything in life worth something have to touch on heavy. I truly hope this will help some guys out there. If you need a shoulder to lean on, you don't know where to turn, or just want me to pray for you, you can drop me an email and we can talk. Okay guys, just before I sign off the last 2 points, I'm supporting a small local charity here in Cape Town, and I ask you guys, if you can afford it, to please give them some small donation. It's a group called One Way Sober Living, and what they do is they pick up the young children from the streets, drug addicts, kids that have lost everything, their lives is destroyed. They're just there lying and waiting for their next fix. They pick them up, they clean them up, they give them a place to stay, and help them to find a purpose in life again. These guys are really doing such important stuff. Please help them. I'll put the link for you up on the screen. You can read up more about them and make a small donation, please. And then lastly, I'm well known for my older body coaching systems. Science-based, guys, extremely comprehensive, and focusing on the older guy to put the environment in place to allow the older body to respond optimally for muscle growth and fat loss. It's customized on many levels. So those of you that want to find out more or sign up, I'll put the link for you up on the screen. Now guys, go out there and make that girl that you care about happy. Make her feel like a princess again. Do stupid things with her together. Create memories. There was a point in your life that you could not live or breathe without her. She is still that very same girl. Train her hard and be blessed, everyone. Cheers. Gert Louw from Cape Town, signing off.